Hi, I'm Mark Jaynes. Welcome to a special edition of MHS Happenings, and happy to be joined by our outstanding high school principal, Mr. Mike Springer. And boy, spring break is just around the corner, huh?
It is. We're wrapping up third 9-week grading period. It's hard to believe how quickly the school year's gone. And as we wrap it up, it's kind of been I guess the last couple of years, our juniors get the opportunity to take the SAT, and it's really a pretty good deal for our juniors. Every junior in the class takes the SAT, but it's free of charge, which normally the SAT would probably run a family at least $150. So it's a free SAT exam that they can then send to 4 universities or colleges of their choice if they choose to. They don't have to. And so we're going to do that on Thursday of this week.
Well, you know, over the past several years, much to the chagrin of some parents, the phrase gap year has come into vogue, and some parents are understanding of it, some not so much. But if you have a student that might be looking at a quote-unquote gap year, maybe a student doesn't have the financial means immediately to go to college, and they want to take that year and get a job and make some money, and then look at going to college after that, this is ideal for them.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I told the kids that I would send your scores to if you're not sure who, just, find 4 and send them out there and see what happens. And worst case scenario, you get a chance to take the test, and maybe you can take it again in a year or two, or the ACT. The state does look at our scores, so they do use those to kind of judge our school and how we're doing there. But there's just not any negative here for the juniors.
Sure.
And we're trying something a little different this year. We know it's a tough test, and so when the juniors finish, if they're taking the standard test at 8 o'clock, they'll be done around 10:30, and they're gonna, if they got parent permission, they'll get to go home for the day.
Oh, that's a good deal.
And, our hope is that they really come ready to go Thursday morning, give us a great effort, and then our thanks to them is, hey, go home, get some lunch, relax. Obviously, a lot of them will be coming back for extracurriculars, but that's just something that we thought would be appropriate.
We don't put them all in one room, so how many testing sites within our building will we have?
Right. So we do have some juniors that have accommodations. So they'll be in smaller testing groups. Maybe they have a 504 or they have an individual education plan. So those students will be in smaller rooms, and they will have extended time. So they may not get out of here until closer to noon. Primarily, our general juniors will be testing with Mrs. Canuck, Mrs. Stater, Mr. Parika, Mr. Willett, Mrs. Armour. And so we've got the study hall room, a couple other rooms on the first floor that we use for testing. So those are up throughout the building. Our juniors have been looking at them, so they have a good idea who they're going to be testing.
Can we assume that a number of our students, even juniors that go to Ben Davis, will not go to Ben Davis on that day? They'll be here.
Excellent point. So Area 31 Career Center juniors will report to Monrovia High School first thing Thursday morning. They'll take the test, and they get to go home and enjoy an afternoon as well, and they will have an excused absence from Area 31.
Colds and flus, we've been battling that, so that may mean that I have some students, juniors, under the weather this week and may not be able to come back to school until Friday. There are makeup testing opportunities.
That's correct. And we feel like the best situation if your child's feeling good is to do it Thursday. We ask maybe like a dentist appointment or just like a routine checkup. You try to not schedule those Thursday morning, but certainly if you've got a student that's not feeling well, we have Friday that we'll be able to work with on a makeup basis, and then we have all of next week as well. And we normally, thankfully, because of the size of our student body, we can get it taken care of next week. But at the end of that following week, the 14th of March, that is the last day.
Well, we're very thankful that, we have programs like this and the technology exists. We have this now, which we didn't have, 7-8 years ago. And then, you add to that the efficiency of Parent Square in terms of getting the word out. And we can't stress enough upon parents to keep track of our social media and keep track of Parent Square, because they get a lot of information sent to them which answers questions many times before they ask them.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm sure as a parent, the last thing you want to do is try to get a hold of somebody here via the phone with our phone system, and you could get put on hold or whatever. Parent Square is a phenomenal means of communication and social media. In fact, the form that can be filled out online, that's the permission slip that was sent out through Parent Square. And we're going to try to send another one out here today probably, but just reviewing kind of what we're asking of kids to look for on Thursday, but they can get that form, that permission slip to leave after testing.
And moms, dads, parents, guardians, make sure before they go to bed Wednesday night that they have that Chromebook charged and let it plug in and charge overnight. Come to school with the charged Chromebook.
That's another great point. That every year, you have a couple of test takers whose Chromebook dies, and that's just a distraction that you don't want to have to deal with, and it's tough for the kid. The student to juggle a Chromebook issue with a test like this.
Well, March Madness takes on a far different meaning for us. It's that time of the year. Of course, the NCAA basketball tournament right around the corner, but spring break will be here before you know it. And the next time we get together and visit, we'll be talking about seniors and graduation stuff.
Absolutely, and that's my favorite time of the year. I know our seniors probably would say so as well. We've got award programs, we've got our top 10 banquet, obviously we have graduation coming up in our McCracken Memorial Gymnasium, which is just a highlight celebrating the success of our seniors, wrapping things up for this class of 25. And it goes by fast once we get back from spring break.
Well, it's a busy time, and again, join us here. Keep track of all of our social media outlets and keep track of that Parent Square, and we'll get that information to you. Good luck with the SAT.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jaynes.
For Mr. Springer, I'm Mark Jaynes. Thanks for joining us.